Today we're going to chill with Neil Young's Harvest Moon, easygoing, sparse and sprinkled with these beautiful melodies. But the real value isn't in just learning the song, it's in looking at these 3 techniques that the song has to teach us. Drop D tuning for that awesome drone effect. We've got a really light strumming feel, and dressing up some chords with little melodic motifs. And if you stick around to the end, I'll show you a bonus trick with harmonics that really makes this song sparkle. First up, let's get tuned. I'm currently in standard tuning. To get into the drop D, we need to take the low E string and change it to a D. That means when we play a D chord, we can now strum all 6 strings and we get that lush drone sound. And that really is the characteristic foundation of this song. So the D stays the same. We have an E minor 7, which is now going to be played 2nd fret E string, 2nd fret A string, and then open strings. We have a G chord, which is the same shape, but slide up to fret number 5. So we're playing fret number 5 on the E string, fret number 5 on the A string, and then open strings for the rest of it. Technically a G6. We have an A sus4, which is exactly the same. And we have an A7. That gives us the main shapes for the foundation. So now we've tuned up, we've got the drone working, we know what chord shapes to play. It's time to get the strumming feel right. It's about being gentle, nice relaxed wrist, almost like you're brushing dust off your strings. Setting this up on the D chord, we strum all 6 strings in a down, up, down, up. Notice there is a slight accent on 2 and 4, so we're bouncing a little bit between the bass and treble strings just to give us a bit of definition and a bit of a plodding feel. Spend some time practicing that. See how light you can get it. I'm going to play through a foundational chord structure now for the intro, verse and chorus. You may want to stick with this and get a feel for that lovely, simple strumming pattern and chord changes. Once we've done this, we're going to go on to sprinkle in those beautiful chord motifs and just add a bit of magic. But for now, let's build our foundation. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just like children sleeping, night away. There's a full moon rising.
The strumming pattern is down up for the whole time, so it's a perfect opportunity to practice your timing 1 and 2 and 3 and if that's all you want, you can stop here. You're already playing Harvest Moon. But if you want to add a little bit of magic and sound more like the record, come with me. Let's add a bit more flavour. This is a great example of using the droning drop D tuning and introducing some simple chord tones to create a bit of a riff. If we zone in, this is what we've got. We're going to break that down first and then pad it out with the fuller chord strums. We have middle finger 10th fret B, ring finger 11th fret G, and we play a down up. We then take the pinky to play the 12th fret of the B. We don't move any fingers because we need to come back. In the song, when he's playing this, you can hear the open E string ringing out in this as well. We then take the pinky off and do an up strum. At the end of that, we take our fingers lightly off the strings so we get the mute. You can hear in the recording it's cut short. We then bring this index finger to the 9th fret of the high E string, where we have this chord shape here, which is a D major 7. And that's our rhythm. Up, 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 down, up. So putting this together and counting it slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What we need to do is weave this back into the main strum. If I put my fingers back where they were at the end, which is on a D major 7 chord, and strum all 6 strings, you can hear how lush that sounds. So it's now a balancing act because we need to fit the motif into our down up strums. So I'm going to slow that right down so you can watch, and with the graphics on the screen, that should help to start to put this together. So there's a real balancing act here of keeping that light strumming motion going, but we need to hit the motif notes. 1 down. The second one is the verse motif. The motif, if we isolate it, is based around the D chord. So we're playing focused on the D, G and B strings. We then mute, so we've got a down, up, down, up. Then we're taking the index finger and just playing the B and G strings. Then move them up and play the D and G string. We then bring on this secondary shape, which is a D shape. 3rd finger 4th fret D, middle finger 3rd fret B, index finger bars, the D, G and B strings. You'll recognise that shape from so many songs. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Get your fingers used to that for the timing. Then when you're feeling confident, we'll bring in the fuller strumming pattern. Again, the strumming arm is playing down up consistently. That never breaks. This comes after the E minor 7 chord in the verse. What I'll do now is play through the intro, verse and chorus with the motifs and the new strumming style thrown in. I'll play it a little bit slower than the song. See if you can play along. The chords in the chorus are the A♭4 to the A7. This will all be on the screen for you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
just like children sleeping. But there's a full moon rising. Music's playing. Cause I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again.
From a guitar techniques perspective, these are some really beautiful ideas to spice up basic open chords. The real magic of this playing style is that it feels effortless. Once you're comfortable slipping this all together, there's one more bonus trick that appears in the song that just adds a little bit of sparkle. The world of natural harmonics. Your reward for sticking with me to the very end is you've now got a little flashy technique that will impress anybody who hears it. This is a really recognisable motif that happens throughout the song. These harmonics can be used in many different situations, in different places, but today we are on the 12th fret. This is the easiest place to get the sound of a harmonic ringing out. We play these by lightly holding our finger on the string exactly over the fret wire. No pressure on the string at all, just a light touch. And they will then continue to ring. We're doing this E, B, G strings. We then jump to the 7th fret of the A string and do it on the 7th fret. So I do it with my pinky and my index finger. And ideally, when you get to the index finger, you're not gonna stop them ringing out and then play 7. We've got to give it some space. So you've now learned Harvest Moon. More so, you now know how to play drop D tuning with those lovely open droning strings, melody tones within a chord strumming pattern, which really spices things up nicely. And we've got a really gentle strumming pattern. In this lesson, I break down the intro to Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd and looking at other techniques that it shows us how to play as well. I'll see you next time.